Welcome to Iron Strengthens Iron. I am Michael E. Hattaway. This is where ancient wisdom meets practical psychology and where men come to do the work, not just talk about it. Here is one question that can end half your suffering, and it is short enough to fit on the back of your hand. Is this in my control or is it not? That is the whole thing. One question. Most men never stop to ask it, and they burn their whole lives fighting battles that were never theirs to fight. They lie awake over the economy, the traffic, another man's opinion, a thing a brother said at Thanksgiving 9 years ago. None of it was ever in their hands. The exhaustion you feel at the end of a hard week is very often the cost of gripping things that were never yours to hold. 2,000 years ago, there was a man named Epictetus. He was born a slave. He spent the first part of his life owned by another man, with almost nothing he could call his own. Out of that life, he taught the single most freeing idea in all of philosophy. He called it the dichotomy of control. Here is how he opened his handbook. Some things are up to us, and some things are not up to us. Up to us are our own judgments, our choices, our effort, our response. Not up to us are our bodies, our reputation, our property, and what other people do. A man who was legally property understood what most free men never grasp. The one territory no one can take from you is the territory inside your own skin, your judgment, your choice, your next action. That is your ground. Everything else is weather. Think about what that means on a normal Tuesday. The driver who cut you off, not up to you. His mood, his hurry, whether he even noticed you, none of it is in your hands. What is in your hands is the story you tell about it and what you do in the next 10 seconds. The layoff, the market, the diagnosis you did not choose, the parent who was hard on you, none of it up to you. Your effort, your honesty, your response, your next rep, all of it up to you. The suffering shows up when we get the two backward. We pour our strength into the weather and leave the ground untended. This is not about going numb, and it is not about giving up. A man who understands control does not care less. He aims better. He quits spending himself on the crowd's applause and spends himself on the work. He quits trying to manage what people think of him and starts governing what he actually does. Picture the weight you have been carrying. Now sort it into two piles. One pile is what you truly control. The other is everything else. Almost all of your anxiety lives in that second pile, the one you were never built to lift. Set it down, not because it does not matter, but because it is not yours to carry. This is the first pillar of the A.L.I.V.E code, and I put it first on purpose. Awareness. You cannot change what you refuse to see. And the first thing to see clearly is the line between what is yours and what is not. Before freedom, before discipline, before any of it, comes this clean sight. Draw the line. Half your suffering is sitting on the wrong side of it. Here is your rep, and it is one question. I call it the control sort. The next time the chest gets tight and the mind starts spinning, you stop and you ask it out loud. Is this in my control, or is it not? If it is not, you name that plainly. This is not mine to carry. Then you move your attention, on purpose, to the one thing in the situation that is yours. Your next word, your next action, your effort in the next hour. If it is in your control, you quit worrying and you do the rep. Worry is the thing we do instead of the work that is actually in front of us. One question, sort the weight. Put your hands on the pile that is yours and let the other one go. Run it every time the chest gets tight, and you are not white-knuckling your worry. You are training your awareness. If today put a finger on something, I want to point you somewhere. Go to door.ironstrengthens.in and take the free Brotherhood Readiness Assessment. No pitch, just an honest look at where you stand and whether stepping through that door is your next move. Here is your action step. For the next 7 days, run the control sort. Every time the weight lands, ask the one question, name what is not yours, and move your hands to what is. Here is your reflection question to sit with. What is the heaviest thing you are carrying right now that was never once in your control? Until next time, draw the line and do the rep. As iron strengthens iron, one man strengthens another.